Completely forget everything you've been told about potty training in the past. Most of the information out there today is dangerously outdated, and the odds are it'll actually hurt your chances of quickly and easily potty training your child. The absolute worst thing you can do is attempt to potty train your child without a proven plan. Simply using trial and error will only confuse your child, leaving you to clean up plenty of yucky messes from your floor, furniture, and especially your child's clothing. Be sure to watch this video until the very end, as I'm not sure how much longer this will stay online. I'm about to reveal to you a time-tested and proven method that'll have even the most stubborn child using their potty like a big kid, all within just 3 short days. I've never really been comfortable with others who now refer to me as some sort of potty training guru, so let me personally introduce myself. My name is Carol Cline, and I'm a regular woman like you, who's a mother of 4 mischievous children that I love to death. In this video, I want to share with you my personal story of how I stumbled upon a potty training method so quick and effective, you can personally use it to have your child potty trained in just 3 days, guaranteed. And most importantly, never have to smell, see, or change another dirty diaper ever again. Now, at the age of 11, I always wanted to be the proud mother of 13 children and live in an old stone house by a river. It can be funny how life really turns out. Instead of having 13 kids, I now take care of over 40 each year at a daycare business I built for myself. So let's just say between my own 4 children and running a daycare, I knew potty training would be a reoccurring obstacle in my life. Believe me, I know exactly what it's like to be in your shoes. As my firstborn, Emily, turned 1 year old, thinking ahead about potty training seemed like it would be an exciting time. In my mind's eye, training my child to use the potty is the first time I truly helped them on their way to becoming an individual. To me, it would be a rewarding experience for the both of us. As the time grew nearer and my little 26-month-old Emily started to show interest in that big white watery bowl, a wave of nervousness washed over me as the reality set in. I had no clue where to start or what to do. I was nervous that I wouldn't do a good job because, after all, it's not exactly something you can remember going through yourself as a child. Being unable to relate to what my child would be going through made things that much more nerve-wracking. That's when I had to take a step back and say to myself, know that it's not your fault. There are people who teach you how to go through giving birth and people who show you the proper way to hold and burp your child, but no one prepares you for potty training. It's all a bunch of personal opinions and hearsay when all you really want is an exact plan to follow that'll do the trick and do it fast. So when I first sought out information on potty training, I turned to the internet, just as you probably are doing right now. I was bombarded with a million things I should buy to help make potty training easier. From reward chart stickers to special potties that played music when you peed, I was reluctant to spend money on something only to later find out it was just a gimmick. I guess you could say I didn't want my money to be the only thing flushed down the toilet. Like you probably already have, I started to notice pull-up diapers becoming more and more popular with parents, and that's when I started to see a common trend between children in my daycare. The boys and girls who were potty trained the fastest were the ones whose parents never trained them with pull-up diapers. After months of seeing this occur time and time again, I was convinced pull-up diapers simply don't work. If there's one thing I refused to do when potty training my daughter Emily, it was putting her in pull-up diapers. But I had to ask myself why so many parents are getting aboard the pull-ups bandwagon. Now, understand that the diaper business is a multi-billion-dollar industry. They know when your child is a baby, every dirty diaper will have to be replaced, and that's another dollar in their pockets. But once your child gets a little older, these companies risk losing your business. So how do they squeeze every last cent out of you before you no longer need their product? By creating a diaper you need to buy after diapers, or commonly known as pull-ups. This is all really a ploy for the company to get your business longer. All these companies really care about is how much money they make and sneakily advertise it as some amazing tool for potty training. Without turning this into a boring rant, these diapers will more than triple the amount of time it takes to successfully teach your child how to use the potty. Now, with that said, let me give you a word of warning. Not having your child potty trained quickly is completely frustrating, and the story I'm about to share with you will reveal just how messy it can be. Anyone who knows me would call me a shopaholic with no hesitation. On weekends, my big adventure of the day would be running out to the mall and window shopping or trying on different outfits. I very seldom bought anything, as most of our family's income went towards food and bills, but it's always nice to look. There I was in Saks Fifth Avenue with my little Emily, who was now just 26 months old and in her first week of potty training, when a pair of $348 black silk Prada dress pants leapt off the rack and led me to a change room. Now, I would never spend that on a pair of pants myself, but just had to see how they would look on me. They were a perfect fit, and as I turned my body from left to right, my eyes would stay glued to the mirror, admiring myself in the pants from all sides. You see, what made trying to potty train Emily on my own without a plan so frustrating was that I had no idea how to make her tell me when she needed to go potty. While my eyes were fixed on the mirror, Emily quietly had an accident all over the changing room floor without me even noticing. I unbuttoned the pair of Prada pants and immediately wished life had an undo button as I watched them fall down in the puddle of pee surrounding the change room floor. Needless to say, not knowing exactly how to potty train my child ended up costing me not just $348 on a new pair of pee-soaked pants, but total and utter embarrassment. I will admit, at that point, all I wanted to do was cry. Instead, I used my pain to light a fire within me and decided to find out exactly how to quickly potty train any child so Emily would never have an accident in public again. With my newly found motivation and stumbling upon my discovery between parents who used pull-ups compared to those who didn't, I knew that my daycare created the perfect setting to experiment with what actually works when potty training and what doesn't. What clicked in my mind one day is that for years, potty training had been one big puzzle. You know how the picture will look in the end, a potty-trained child, but have such a hard time solving the puzzle because you're not sure what pieces are needed or how they fit together. For the next 3 months with Emily, I tried every possible tip, trick, and method out there. During this time, I faced countless accidents, and it easily became the most challenging, frustrating, and embarrassing time in my career as a mother. It wasn't until Emily reached 29 months old she became fully potty trained. By that time, I'd filled up an entire old leather notebook, jam-packed with all the notes I had taken during my first attempt ever at potty training. In addition to my own findings, I was receiving input and feedback from nearly all the parents whose children attended my daycare. On paper, it started to become clear to me what methods were effective and worked time and time again for families. 2 years and one more child later, all of my findings had been turned into what I believe is the only effective method in existence to quickly potty training any child in as little as 3 days. It wasn't until I started giving out copies to all the parents whose children attended my daycare I knew I was on to something big. The next week, parents started approaching me out of the blue, asking, how can I quickly and easily potty train my child? I would kindly give a copy of the guide along with my business card clipped to the top left-hand corner to anyone who asked. I would say over 127 mothers and fathers had come to my daycare that month alone just for a copy of the potty training guide that I'd spent so much time creating. When I would walk into my office in the morning, there'd be a minimum of 37 messages on my answering machine waiting there for me. I was getting phone calls from people either thanking me for helping them train their child in under a week or who heard about my guide from a friend or family member and wanted to know how they could get their hands on a copy. Listening to these messages quickly became a daily part of my routine and would take almost 45 minutes out of my workday. People started to call me an expert potty trainer, and I was flattered, but it was something I definitely never asked for or planned on when setting out to create my personal guide. Sometimes I wished it would even go away, as there were people who would seek out my personal phone number and insist on calling me at home. I don't know about you, but running around the house after children is hard enough on its own without constantly running towards or being on the phone. One day, an old friend showed up at my doorstep for a visit unexpectedly. As we sat down for a cup of coffee, she asked, "What's new?" I continued on to tell her about how I stumbled upon a method to potty training children that is so effective, I was starting to get phone calls from all over telling me they heard about it and wanted a copy. That's when my old friend inwardly smiled and said to me, Why don't you make it available on the internet? I thought, what an amazing idea. It can be made instantly available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and to anyone, anywhere in the world who needed a proven, guaranteed potty training guide. So that's when I decided to make my guide available online. And thanks to the internet, I packaged my potty training method as a video, book, and audio course that you can instantly access right from the privacy and comfort of your home. This course will save you all the frustration, pain, and embarrassment you face by not following a proven plan. I had to learn the hard way, but you don't. Inside my guide, I reveal the 6 crucial building blocks you need to take your child through if you want to see results in as little as 3 days. Building block number 1 deals with readying your child for potty training. Even if they currently show no interest in being potty trained, I'm going to give you some of my all-time best tips that'll have your child counting down the days until they get to officially use their potty. Building block number 2 shows exactly everything you need to prepare for well in advance of actually starting the potty training process. Many parents move forward with potty training almost immediately and do so completely unprepared. After you read this chapter, you'll be ready for everything potty training throws at you and have an unshakable confidence that this is it, the day your child is out of diapers for good. Building block number 3 discusses how the first day of potty training is the most crucial and how it sets the tone of the following 2 days to come. I take you by the hand every step of the way, all day long, showing you the exact blueprint you need to follow for success. Building block number 4 is nearly left out of every other potty training guide on the market. One of the most challenging obstacles when potty training is attempting to do so throughout the night. I have perfected a nighttime potty training approach that has never been thought of by any other, and all but guarantees your child will not only stay completely dry all night long, but actually get out of bed and use the potty on their own each night they have to go. Building block number 5 takes you over the final 2 days as I give away the mandatory motivational tactics that'll have your child running to the potty on their own each and every time they have to go. Using just 2 or 3 of the methods I give to you in this section will make things click in your child's mind halfway through the second day. With building block number 6, you must pay very close attention to this section of my guide, as it'll save you from tears, frustration, and loads of aggression. Nothing is worse than making tremendous progress when potty training your child, only to have them fully regress and yell and scream for their diaper back. I'm going to reveal seemingly simple methods nearly no parent knows about that stops any chance of your child possibly regressing. This works like a miracle for even the world's most stubborn child. Now, I know what you're thinking. It all sounds amazing, but will this guide really work for me? Over 263,000 people in 154 countries have already used my program successfully over the past 4 years. And I've used the feedback from all of those people to refine the program into the current updated version made available today, which is more powerful than ever. As a matter of fact, I'd used my database of parent zip codes to plot a map of all of my readers in the U.S. alone. Keep in mind this is only a map of my U.S.-based readers, since the address data for all of my international readers couldn't be plotted by the map software. As you can see, this map displays all of the readers of the Start Potty Training program in the U.S. alone. All total, I've had over 263,000 users in 154 countries to date. Not only that, but the Start Potty Training program has one of the highest satisfaction rates in the entire industry. 97.4% of Start Potty Training readers are satisfied with the program, while only 2.6% had to retry the program a few weeks later. I'll talk more about these stats shortly. These reader satisfaction statistics prove that if you apply the info in my program, you will get results, plain and simple. Here's what parents are saying about the Start Potty Training program. Sarah wrote to me from Austin, Texas to say, I was concerned that using this site would not work, and my husband was very skeptical that a book could help with potty training. It took only 1 day before it truly clicked, and we are on our 3rd dry day and night. People can't believe when I tell them that at 23 months he's in underwear day and night, no pull-ups, and is dry. Thanks a lot, Carol. Gail from Toronto, Canada, emailed me shortly after using my program to say, I can't find the right words to thank you. I was starting to think that I would be changing my daughter's diapers forever. I thought I was surely going to have to homeschool her because she wasn't going to be potty trained in time. I've spent so much money on one-day potty training ideas, potty dolls, and even another potty training book. All those things were a waste of time. We started potty training first thing Saturday morning. I did want to cry because it was lots of work, but after a couple of hours, she was understanding me and enjoying the process. The first night, she did have a pee accident, but on Sunday morning, things just started working. Tori just started going and hasn't had an accident since. I still can't believe it. I won't lie and say that it was fun for me. I would rather have spent my weekend hanging out with my girlfriends, but the time spent was well worth it. I will forever be grateful to you. I've been telling all my friends about your website. God bless you, your family, and your business. This testimonial was sent to me recently from Kimberly out of Honolulu and made me grin from ear to ear. Kimberly wrote, I never told anyone this, but I've had a few good tears roll down my face the past few weeks after attempting to potty train my youngest daughter, Megan, who is now 28 months old. If I had just come across your site even a week ago, I would have saved myself from countless accidents that have now made my car almost unbearable to be in, even with all the windows down. I grabbed your guide, but with such a bad few weeks before, I went slowly with your methods and was even still blown away by how fast it all worked. And when I say it worked, I mean fully trained, with not a single accident, even at night. I'm glad I took the leap of faith and gave your guide a chance. Parents are seriously loving the Start Potty Training method, and I truly want the next testimonial I receive to be from you. Now, to make this an even sweeter deal for you and to remove any last bit of doubt that you're feeling, I've included 3 incredible top-notch products and services as a bonus with this package. However, this deal will only last for a very limited time. So if you order today, you'll also receive these 3 additional free bonuses valued at $406.95. Free bonus number 1. This guide comes with free reward charts and certificates. This is a fun way for you and your child to track their progress. Using charts with different cartoon characters, your child will become motivated to quickly complete their chart. When the chart has been all filled up with check marks or their favorite stickers, you can then simply print out their own customized Big Kids certificate that they can display proudly in their bedroom or washroom. This is a $29.95 value, but yours absolutely free today to say thank you for using my Start Potty Training guide. Free bonus number 2. This guide comes with my personal one-on-one coaching free of charge. Normally, I charge $175 per hour for my help. You don't pay a single cent. There are always going to be some parents with somewhat unique circumstances when it comes to potty training their child, which is why I'm offering you my personal undivided attention. Simply email me your unique questions, and they shall be promptly answered by me personally. Because there are only so many hours in the day, and my time is very limited as it is, I'm only going to make this free bonus available for a very short period of time. Get my guide right now, and you're guaranteed a spot in my free coaching program. Wait until tomorrow, and you could be too late. Once this free coaching program fills up, there will be absolutely no exceptions, and the doors will be closed forever. So be sure to act today if you want this free bonus. Free bonus number 3, How to Raise Great Kids. Sold separately for $27, you get it free. Although parenting is a huge responsibility, it truly is one of the most rewarding experiences you can have in your life. That's what makes it all worth it in the end. But when you're new to parenting, it can seem like you're the only one who has the questions you do. But in reality, nothing could be further from the truth. This guide is the parenting Bible when it comes to finding answers to some of the most challenging topics on raising happy, successful children. From helping you ensure your child steers clear from all poisons, to talking to your child about death in a way that won't leave them with frightened or negative feelings, it's all in this guide. Okay, so the last question left on your mind by now should be, how much is this guide, with all the bonuses, including the one-on-one personal coaching, going to cost me? When in reality, the question on your mind should in fact be, how much money will this guide save me in diaper expenses alone? I want you to think about how much you're going to spend on diapers every month your child is not properly potty trained. My guess is you'll fork over nearly $40 every month, if not twice that, for an economy size pack. Not even taking into account the extra cost of wet wipes, creams, and baby powders, you'll be wasting around $480 this year in diaper expenses alone. So let me ask you, if the Start Potty Training Guide works for your child as well as I know it will, how much would you be willing to invest on a proven, quick, and simple system that guarantees you'll never spend a single cent on diapers again? How about a small one-time investment of only $37 that guarantees results or your money back? Heck, that's how much you would spend on your next package of diapers anyways. So why not invest that money into this guide once and never have to waste money on diapers again? Plus, you're completely backed by my personal, ironclad, and no questions asked money-back guarantee for 8 full weeks. My course is fantastic, but not perfect. Not many people would be willing to admit that to you, but I want you to know just how much confidence I have this will work for you. We have about a 97.4% success rate. That means we successfully help over 97 out of every 100 families. Keep in mind each child, including yours, is different. And if by rare chance your child happens to fall into the 3% that it does not work, then let me promptly give you all of your money back just to say thank you for taking the time and trying it out. Your investment is protected by my amazing 8 full week money back guarantee. No catch or hidden fine print, just pure confidence that this system will absolutely work for your child. Because after all, if it didn't work amazingly, could I really afford to make this kind of guarantee? Simply click the orange Add to Cart button below, and you'll be taken to our secure order page. From there, you're only 30 seconds away from getting your hands on the one true potty training guide that guarantees to have your child out of diapers for good, all for the same price you would have spent on your next package of diapers. Click the Add to Cart button now. Fact: my Start Potty Training program consistently receives a 97.4% success rate amongst parents who try it. I'm not going to lie and shamelessly overhype my potty training system like some sort of used car salesman. It's not 100% perfect. I mean, could you really buy from a person who claims a 100% success rate? Based on previous surveys, I have concluded that my system works 97.4% of the time. Over the span of 4.5 months, I had 547 individuals from America, Canada, and Australia, among a few others, test out my potty training system. I found parents in various online discussion forums trying to figure out how to potty train their children. I contacted all of them and asked if they were interested in testing out my system. Most of them eagerly agreed to test it out for me. I sent my newly acquired test subjects my potty training system to try out for 7 days. After that time period had ended, I contacted each of them and asked if their son or daughter was successfully potty trained with absolutely no accidents. An impressive 533 out of 547 of the test parents responded with yes. That adds up to a 97.4% success rate. The results of the questionnaire I sent out were as follows. Is your child now fully potty trained after using my system? Yes, 97.4%. No, 2.6%. Did you get results within the first 3 days? Yes, 89.6%. No, 10.4%. Would you recommend StartPottyTraining.com to others? Yes, 98.9%. No, 1.2%. Will you use these methods if you have another child? Yes, 96.3%. No, 3.7%. Not only was this survey a huge success, but testimonials started rolling in alongside the results. The first to write in was a woman named Deborah from Scottsdale, Arizona, who said, Around 72 hours from when we first started, I could tell that things were just starting to stick, and my daughter was on her way. Only 4 days into the program, we have now confidently donated our remaining stash of diapers to friends of the family because we no longer need them. I will also make sure to highly recommend your guide when it comes to any of my friends thinking of potty training their children. Take care, and we wish you and your family well. Not even 6 hours after receiving that first testimonial, the next one rolled into my inbox. This one came from Jenny Vogel, who said, "Carol, where were you when I was potty training my first child?" I knew I'd made mistakes potty training my first child, so when it came time to help out my second child, I wanted to do it right the first time and get it over with. I grabbed a copy of your guide off of the site and read it from start to finish in maybe just over an hour. When I found out what you're supposed to do, it really made me go, what was I thinking when I first attempted it on my own? Every good parent needs to get their hands on a copy of your book, as it really works just how you say it does, quickly and easily. God bless. With such amazing results being reported back from parents using my system and the endless amount of testimonials rolling into my inbox each day, I can confidently tell you that you will start seeing immediate results once you start using my guide. If you're ready to say goodbye to changing smelly diapers and hello to having a kid who is accident-free and using their potty like a big kid, simply click the orange Add to Cart button below this video right now. The very minute you get your hands on my step-by-step system, you'll be able to start taking action immediately. My potty training system is jam-packed with proven time-saving methods and techniques you can use the moment you read them. I lay it all out for you in a step-by-step, easy-to-follow blueprint that any parent can follow. I get emails all the time from parents telling me how shocked they were at how simple and effective the information contained in my potty training system was. They literally can't believe how practical and immediately useful it is. Not only that, but it gets right to the point and avoids any and all fluff. Personally, I hate 300-page books that can be summed up in 60 pages or less. I get right to the point. No fluff. No games. I write only meaty, practical, step-by-step information that can be put into action the minute you read it. Just imagine how improved your life will be 3 days from now when your child is fully potty trained. For starters, you'll have less stress. You know as well as I do, parenting is a full-time job. Even if you work hard all day at your job, the work does not end when you get home. Cooking, cleaning, and life can all get in the way. The last thing I want to do is change another diaper. Larger financial savings. Let's face it, even if at the time you don't feel diapers are that big of an expense, over a few years it really does add up to hundreds and hundreds of dollars of your hard-earned money, literally being tossed in the trash. Once you potty train your child, it's like instant money in the bank. Suddenly things like gas and groceries won't seem so expensive because you will have newfound cash to spend on whatever you desire. A better life. Not having your child potty trained can be a serious hassle and take a major toll on your life. I can honestly tell you right now that the second your child becomes potty trained, your life becomes better. You instantly open up to going on more trips as your baby transforms into a big kid. You can go out to movies, restaurants, or even take longer drives knowing that your child is successfully potty trained. Your life really does become better every day. When it comes to having your child quickly and easily potty trained, I only wish you the absolute best. By clicking the Add to Cart button directly below this video and ordering, you'll instantly get my proven potty training guide, along with reward charts, extra parenting guides, and I'm also adding in one-on-one personal coaching with me personally, all for still less than a single pack of diapers. Click the Add to Cart button below now. Still here? Let me answer some of the most common questions I get asked all the time. Does this system really work in 3 days? Absolutely. As you just heard, I did follow-up research and found that my potty training system works with a 97.4% effectiveness rate. I'm not going to pretend the system I developed is 100% foolproof, like some sort of used car salesman. Plus, if you simply do not get the results you'd hoped for, you're completely backed by my full 8-week, 100% money-back, ironclad, no questions asked guarantee. How fast will I get results? Typically, I see most of the parents I help get results within 7 days. Those who are dedicated and hit the ground running have seen amazing results in just 3 days. Every child and parent is different, so it's hard to say for sure. What really makes me happy, though, is when parents email success stories. I love hearing about how parents I've helped are now saving a fortune not paying for diapers or are no longer on their hands and knees scrubbing the carpet after an accident. Hearing how much more self-confidence their child now has is what really makes me happy. Does this work on stubborn children? Absolutely. This system was developed with even the most stubborn child in mind. You must be consistent and willing to follow my advice, and if you do, it'll quickly click with your child. Will this be stressful on my child? No. If you follow my method, this will be a positive experience for your child. My method does not employ any brute force or harsh tactics or reprimands. It's very nurturing and gives your child newly found self-confidence. How old must my child be to start? This program has worked for children young as 15 months old, and we've seen consistent success with potty training children ages 18 months and up. The younger your child, the more time it'll take, but it can in fact be done. Is my credit card number safe with you? Absolutely. We have done everything humanly possible to ensure your credit card information is secure. The order page is both McAfee secured and Norton secured for your peace of mind. We also allow you to use PayPal if you feel more comfortable with them. By this point, getting your hands on my proven potty training system should be an absolute no-brainer. Clicking the Add to Cart button below leaves you just 30 seconds away from getting your hands on the exact guide that has helped literally thousands of others before you. You're backed by my 8 full-week money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to lose. It truly has been a pleasure, and I look forward to showing you just how effective my program is. Click the orange Add to Cart button below this video now.